Phil Kitchen, in from England. Thank you for staying up late. Can you join us? Who are you? Where are you? How do you know Don, and what's your story?
Well, I'm that crazy Englishman. I've written a few papers with Don as well, and a few books. But my memories go back to 1995. Yeah? I had an idea for a journal called the Journal of Marketing Communications. Put it to a publisher, and they sent out a questionnaire asking who were the right people to serve on the board of this journal. And the name Don Schultz came back on about 78% of the questionnaires. So I wrote to Don and asked him if he would become deputy editor of the journal, which he agreed to do in 95. And he stayed in that role and capacity until just this past month, really. But one thing that was interesting, he sent me a book that I'd never heard of before called Integrated Marketing Communications. He asked me if I would review the book for the journal, which I agreed to do. Mm-hmm. So I must admit I wrote a very glowing review of the book IMC. And then I wrote to Don personally and said, sorry, Heidi, there were some things about the book I didn't like. And which was a bit cheeky of me, really, because he was like from this good university. I was like Podunk University in the UK. And much to my surprise, he invited me to come to Northwestern. I went to his little office with the smallest leather chair you've ever seen in your life, which he used to sit upon. Then he took me to his office, Agora Incorporated, which was like the biggest office I'd ever seen. And then he took me to his home, which I remember was a fire station that had been dragged across the road and put on some kind of basement. And the reason why I mentioned that, because in all my memories of him, the other thing I remember about the house, Heidi, was a stuffed parrot that used to be in the living room, a very large stuffed parrot, which Don said he loved for some reason or other. But anyway, that's beside the point. But anyway, what I remember about Don at that time was that he was so kind and generous to somebody from the United Kingdom, somebody that didn't have a background particularly in marketing, communications, or advertising, somebody who was trying to, just starting out really in an academic career. And he took the time for me at Northwestern, at the Medill School of Journalism. He took time to show me around Agora. He introduced me to Heidi, and he showed me his house. And I just remember he took time, and that meant a great deal to me. And now, as I look back over, for example, 25 years of association with Don and with Heidi, a lot of the publication things sort of drift into the air, to be honest with you. They're there, they exist, they've happened. But the thing I remember more is the association of Don as a friend. I think back in 1995, I needed not just a friend, but also a mentor. And we sort of latched onto each other, I guess, and became friends. But I have to say this, he was always, in my view, the leader. He was always the man with ideas. And one last thing before I go, we wrote a book together in 2000. My idea of writing a book is an academic textbook, lots of references, everything justified, lots of caveats, the excuses, and so forth. Meanwhile, Don just writes a chapter in like 2 days, sends it back to me. Trying to keep up with him was like trying to keep up with the Roadrunner. And but I was so impressed by just his ability to put words, ideas, concepts together. And time again, I saw him in conferences around the world. He always took time to talk to people, not just the big names or anything else, but he spoke to people who were starting out in their academic career, encouraged them, he gave them reasons to look forward toward the future. So to me, he's a big man, not just in a physical sense. That was what he was always big in that sense, but he was big in every sense of the word. And I just had and have a lot of time and respect for him and for his great contribution. I miss him. Heidi knows that, and I'm sure a lot of people will miss him as well. So that's it.
Philip, thank you so much, and I appreciate your joining us.